Howdy folks, I am Ruzkiel and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, quite a bit happened. Hiyoko revealed a letter that she had received, and we've determined that not only the letter she had, but the letter that was to Mihiru were forged by the same person, working the crime scene to effectively frame Hiyoko from the beginning. We also got an intermission, which wasn't much of anything, and we did our first logic dive to discuss the fact that the killer went to the house before Hiyoko, effectively drugged her, and then left after Hiyoko had left. In this episode, we're going to talk about, as you can see on screen, we're going to go ahead and talk about where she might have hidden in the house where Hiyoko didn't find her, and I would also throw a guess at probably trying to figure out how they got out of the house. What are you saying? Stop being annoying, or I'm going to make a kind of bop you on your head and shut you up for good. I really don't want that to happen to me. I need to answer by any means. Okay, so where? The place where the killer was hiding, the place where Hiyoko hasn't looked. See, this is... It's really strange, because she said she looked in the bathroom. I mean, the only other place I can think of is the closet. And I guess that was right, based on the fact that I didn't lose any life. The killer was probably hiding in the closet. The closet? That's where I was locked up! Well, after you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? Then, you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully. But, could two people even hide in such a small space, and without Hiyoko knowing? That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place. I'm guessing one of the boards. If the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place in advance, I can only think of one place. That's right, the place where the killer was hiding inside the closet was... Now the question is, which one? I think, this one right here, because that's the open guy, right? Yeah, there we go. See, this isn't so bad once, they show you a picture of what's going on. I hadn't actually considered that being a hiding place, though. That's pretty clever. What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there. Huh? Inside the surfboard case? But the shelf it was on. It was pretty messy, don't you think? Well, that's probably because she was getting out of it. Two surfboards were stacked on the top shelf, and there were surfboards that weren't even in the case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place. 'Cause we haven't been on the island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been in that messy state, I think. Well, it makes sense, but I mean, at the same time, it seems like the island was abandoned relatively quickly. There's no guarantee that it would have been cleaned up. Then, the killer was close to me during that time? Creepy. Oh, that's a really creepy. Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you. It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak. Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse? I've never heard that one before. I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak. Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case. But now we get to the interesting bit. Oh, I agree with that as well. At least I thought we were getting to the interesting bit. Seriously? Nobody asked what you think. There's no way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Well, instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hiyoko. Saying whatever you want, even if we didn't ask. Alright, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch you. That doesn't make any sense. You shut up! Then grit your teeth! Oh, sorry, Akane. Well, it's not like that. Hey, Monokuma, can I ask you about something that seems strange to me? Is he awake? I believe Prince Shotoku
was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. But as I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right?
What a weird turn. Why don't we talk about how they escaped the house? Okay, fine, we'll talk about the timeline.
Is the killer also included among those 3 or more people?
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
Oh, you don't sound very articulate.
It's because he doesn't know which direction to go.
Jeez, you're pretty annoying for noticing something like that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? Well, I understand your excuse, but depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh? So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
He's nailing him down to an answer.
Jeez, fine. You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
Which means the 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
What's wrong with that? Dude, we know who it is. At least I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Oh, nothing. Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
We can't just start something and then not finish it.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right? And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence. However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
Okay, evidently we're not going to do what I talked about, and... okay, fine.
Oh, it's going to be alright. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start the argument, shall we?
Now, the final feature of non-stop debates. From this point, you will now be able to use the truth flashback. If you hold down the left mouse button... okay, now we get the option of grabbing evidence. Okay, so we hadn't gone over that. However, you can use it as often as you want. It might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. You just have to trust your wits. You will not be able to agree with anyone while you are using the truth flashback. Okay, so the temporary evidence or temporary statement or temporary truth bullet or whatever you want to call it is only used in contradictions. Got it. So, what's our argument? The shower room. Okay, I guess at this point it's pretty evident that we're gonna have to use some truth bullets. So, what did the killer do with the blood on their body? Maybe they simply washed it off. Couldn't do that, the shower's broken. Indeed. So washing it off would have been impossible. God damn it. They didn't have to use the shower. What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body. No evidence of that. If they used something other than the shower, then what did they do with the bloody wetsuit? I have no idea what that said. As someone who flushes their... Oh, really? We're talking about your poop again? It would definitely clog the toilet. Yeah. Maybe there's the other... Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer used it. Maybe they were able to wash it off. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that the one I want to use... Wow, that was a hell of a long statement. If I use that person's opinion, I might be able to break through the contradiction. Okay, so... Wash it off. Okay, so the impossible is the one I want to grab. It's not the wetsuits. Okay. And then we'll just... Why do you always get fired up about the bathroom? Because I think he's Nintendo Capri's son's spirit animal at this point. Maybe they were able to wash it off. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's this, other than the shower statement, going with the impossibility. So, where does Fuyuhiko say that? He says it right... Nope, next one. He says it right here. Gotcha. And this is starting to get back to the use of the water bottles, like I mentioned, what, a couple episodes ago? I think that's what it was. If they just needed to wash off the blood, they didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used something else. Something other than the shower? Like what? Something other than the shower that was used to wash off blood. It's possible it was... nothing there is very funny. We'll just go with what I think the answer is. I kind of wish that they had actually made you go into your evidence and try to find it. Other than making it... Oh, I don't know, that felt a little apparent, especially in comparison to a few other things. Bag of gravel! The drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood? And here's another rebuttal. Alright, this one's gonna get... I think this one's gonna be hard. In theory, but that's impossible. Why is that? Try to remember the refrigerator carefully, and then you will understand that there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used. Okay, so what have we got for our footprints on the beach, the metal bat, the trash can? We'll go with the trash can, because everything else doesn't really tie back to the refrigerator, so we'll keep that one on hand. Okay. You might cut me. Alright, sorry. There's no way I'm going to be reading any... What button did I honestly hit? I did not hit anything related to escape or anything. That's weird. Ah, crap. Ugh. At least I'm not losing life. But I wish I was doing this better. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, we tied? Gotcha. For a second there, I had no idea what that meant. Alright, so be on the lookout. These statements were coming really fast, which has me worried. Gotcha! Water bottles. Oh! Sorry, I saw the orange text and I just instinctively hit the button. I'm grateful that it was actually the statement I needed to cut. Oof. Gosh, because I get so focused on trying to keep track of which direction I'm slicing, and the fact that, you know, a lot of the statements are just not centered, and I'm afraid that they're going to go away fast. I just, to a certain point, I don't keep track as well as I really should be. So honestly, that whole rebuttal, I really have no idea what she said, other than I knew what point I wanted to make. So, in the next one, we're going to go ahead, finish making our point, and maybe then we're going to go ahead and see how they escape the beach house. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.